finding stuff out that you want to know. Just ask me a question that I don't know. That's why Finding Stuff Out is the name of the show. So just give me a shout and we'll figure it out with the help of some friends, and the fun never ends on Finding Stuff Out, Finding Stuff Out, Finding Stuff Out. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
Welcome to the deepest and darkest jungle. Welcome to Finding Stuff Out, the show where you send in your questions and I find out the answers. I hope you don't think I did that on purpose, do you? Because I kind of just lost control of that vine. I asked the plant that question because of one of your questions.
Do plants think?
I don't know. This plant could be thinking something about me right now. Or not. But by the end of the show, I'll find out the answer to that. And all your other questions about plants. Like...
Why do flowers smell so good?
Why do flowers smell good? Do you know? Maybe you're just thinking of it and just can't say it. What about your friend over here?
Feed me.
Did you just say feed me? That's not the answer to the question. So I did some research and made this cartoon. Flowers smell good to attract insects. They need their insects to pollinate them. That means taking the powdery stuff called pollen from one flower and moving it to the next. Flowers need pollen to make seeds to make new flowers. But guess what? There's a lot of plants competing for the insect's attention by smelling good. So not all plants attract pollinator insects by smelling nice. Instead, they smell like rotting meat.
I stink. Yeah.
That attracts insects like flies and beetles that prefer rotting meat to eat or lay their eggs in. It's almost like they're thinking about smelling good or thinking about stinking. But not all plants want the attention, like this prickly cactus. Listen to this next question from Darius.
Why is there poison ivy?
I don't know why there's poison ivy. I just wish there wasn't any. But if you're wondering why poison ivy gives us a painful rash, it's because we have an allergic reaction to it. But guess what? Raccoons and birds eat the berries from poison ivy, and deer eat its leaves, and it doesn't hurt them. But in this case, it just seems to be bad luck for people. Lots of animals eat plants, so plants have found ways to protect themselves, like with thorns or sticky surfaces. Some, when animals bite them, release stuff that tastes bad. Other plants even make chemicals that attract other insects that will attack the bugs that's eating them. I wonder. Seems like plants are thinking. Anyway, some plants survive even though they're yummy, as I'm reminded by this question from Emily.
Why does fruit taste good?
Because it's got lots of sugar in it. But if all those other plants learn to survive by being prickly or tasting bad or even being poisonous, then why does fruit taste so good? That won't stop anything from eating it. I checked, and here's why. Birds love to eat fruit. Just like these birds. Look at them go! But why would any self-respecting plant let itself get eaten up like that? Those birds are eating that fruit, seeds and all. Turns out plants might think that's a good deal for them. If they think that is. Birds can't digest the seeds in the fruit, so they poop them out. That spreads the seed far and wide. So there's a better chance that some of the seeds will land in some good spots where they can grow. So when birds eat fruit plants, they help create more fruit plants.
How do trees make paper?
I checked, and it's hard to believe, but this starts with this. In the forest, loggers cut down the trees, then send them to the paper plant, where machines grind them up into wood chips. The chips are mixed with water and chemicals to make pulp, which is sort of like wood soup. Then, the liquid is drained out and the wood fibers are pressed together to make paper. It takes a whole tree to make about this many packages of paper. So that's why I reuse and recycle. Next question.
How do we make clothes with cotton?
To find your answer, Mateo, please welcome my special guest, Colette Simon.
Hi, Harrison. Here's your answer.
Hey, I don't know if this will fit, but I'll give it a try. Totally fits. So I thought you were gonna show me how plants can make clothing, not cotton candy.
Well, it's not actually cotton candy. It's cotton fiber. When you pick it from the plant,
Right?
it looks like this. And then you have to pull all of that fiber off of the plant. And in order to make thread out of that, you have to card the lint. And you use these. They're called cotton carders.
Yeah?
So you put the fiber onto the
Oh,
carder.
wow, it comes off really easily.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then you take the second one, and then you're just gently brushing it.
Right.
And what that does is make it fluffy
Yeah.
and easy to spin. You could use a little spindle like this.
Right.
I'm just going to take some of the fiber, and I just hook it on. Then you just start turning the spindle, just like that, and then you pull out some more fiber.
Whoa, and it just
Okay.
makes like string.
And it's just going to make string, just like that. And when you get really good, then you can go really, really fast.
Oh,
You
wow.
want to try it?
Sure.
It takes a lot of practice.
It's hard. It's hard to do.
And as you get really, really good, then you can make actual thread like this.
Whoa.
You can actually make clothes from that.
Wow, that's a lot.
So in a mill where they make cotton thread,
Right.
they have big machines.
Yeah, and that
Okay.
makes it the job really fast.
Much, much faster.
So what kind of other plants can we turn into clothes?
Well, you can turn bamboo into clothes.
That wouldn't be very comfortable, would it?
Well, actually, it's really soft and you can make all kinds of things out of it, like underwear. You can also make cloth out of wood. They ground it up and they make it into a pulp, and that's how you get rayon.
So you'd be wearing a tree.
You'd be wearing a tree, but this is from rayon, and you can feel it's really comfortable also.
Oh, wow. Wow, I never would have guessed that this can be made from a tree. That's so cool. Thanks
Yeah.
for being on my show.
Thank you, it was my pleasure.
I found out that people use plants for all kinds of other things. You might know that we use wheat to make pasta and bread. But did you know that seaweed is used to make ice cream thick? Or that this rubber ball is made from a plant? So is this rope, or these gloves. And a lot of medicines start out as a plant. Fuels made of corn help power our cars. And some car companies are experimenting with making body panels for cars out of plants. That's crazy. Imagine me driving my own corn-powered cucumber. There's one other thing that plants make that we couldn't live without for even 5 minutes. Can you guess what it is? Oxygen. Plants like this take carbon dioxide. That's the stuff we breathe out. And turn it into the stuff we breathe in. Now I think it's time to go outside for some fresh air.
Street Smarts.
So if you could be any plant in the world, what would you be and why?
I would be a fir tree because it has little fluff balls that I really like and they're really soft. I would be a sunflower because they look pretty.
A daisy because my grandma's dog was named Daisy. I'd be a tulip because it's my grandma's favorite flower.
I would be a cactus because then I wouldn't have to drink much water.
I would be a cactus too, so then no one would touch me because I'm so prickly.
I would be a lily because I wouldn't change that much because that's my name.
How do plants grow?
How do plants grow? Well, they have all those leaves that have to get fed somehow, roots that need to grow, seeds that need to be made, and I heard they make their food out of sunlight and air. I could stand outside in the sun and air all day long and all I'd get is hungry. Not to mention a warm head, feeling like a cactus on a hot summer day, brain starting to overload. Ah! You're gonna make my head explode. I'm pretty sure you won't make this guy's head explode. He knows all about plants and how they grow. Please welcome Dr. Adam Brown. Hi, Adam.
Hey, Harrison, good to see you again.
I see you've brought a friend with you.
Yeah, I brought a little plant with me. He doesn't speak, but he's got a lot to say.
So Gwen's question has got me stumped.
Good one.
Get it? Yeah. So she was wondering, how do plants grow using sunlight and air?
Well, you know how we need to eat food in order to grow? Well, plants also need food in order to grow. But what's interesting about plants is that they can actually make their own food using, as you suggested, sunlight. So I'll turn on this bulb here to represent the sun. And as we know, there's a lot of energy in the rays from the sun. Well, plants can use the energy in those rays of light in order to turn that into food. It's a process called photosynthesis, which is basically just a big word that means making something out of light.
Then Adam told me something amazing. Most people think that wood is made from stuff that comes out of the ground. Surprise! A little bit of it is made from minerals, but most of the material in it comes from the air.
Pretty amazing, huh?
How does that work?
Well, the plants have holes in their leaves that allow them to suck carbon dioxide out of the air. And it's this carbon dioxide that they use to make photosynthesis and to turn it into food in order to grow. Another point that's very interesting is that this carbon dioxide is actually pollution. And so the plants are cleaning up the air by drawing the carbon dioxide out of the air. And if you think the carbon dioxide is bad for causing things like climate change,
right,
well, plants are doing us a great service by cleaning the air and drawing this carbon out.
Plants must be pretty smart to have figured that out. But what about this question from Gianluca?
Why do plants need water?
To answer your question, Gianluca, Adam asked me to fill a bowl with orange drink crystals and to pretend the crystals are like the earth in the ground, full of minerals that plants need to live. And these strips of paper will pretend to be our plant's roots. Hey, nothing's happening.
Let's add some water to our mineral soil and see what happens then.
Okay.
Let's try it again with our pretend roots and see what happens when we put them now into the wet soil.
The minerals and water are moving up our paper roots.
So what's happened here is that the water has helped the minerals go up, so very much like what plants do when they draw water up from the soil using their roots, so that's how they get those essential nutrients that they need as well. So if you imagine sort of a typical mature maple tree like the ones that we have around here, that there may be hundreds of liters of water moving around on the inside of that tree on any given day.
That's like bathtubs full of water.
It's an awful lot.
Well, all this talk about plants and water has given me an idea for my great challenge. Today, my challengers are Dante.
Yeah!
And Santino.
Yeah!
Okay, so Dante, you're gonna be Team Pine.
Yeah!
And Santino, you're gonna be Team Maple.
Yeah!
Okay, so your challenge today is to be like a tree and suck up as much water as you can. I found out that trees move bathtubs full of water every day to leaves and branches. So you'll have 2 minutes to use these siphon hoses and get the water from over here where the tubs are all the way up to the leaves and branches of the tree. And the one who moves the most water will be the winner. Sound good?
Yeah!
Ready? And go! Dante and Santino have to move that water up into the leaves by sucking it up and blowing it out of these hoses. A large tree has to move way more water than this every day by drawing it up out of the ground, through its roots, and moving it all the way to its leaves. Looks like Dante's ahead right now. One minute left. Dante and Santino only have one tube to pump up water, but a tree actually has millions of tiny tubes called xylem to do the job. Looks pretty difficult. Santino's so close to getting a big dump of water there. Oh, there we go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, stop. And it looks like the winner is Dante.
Yeah!
Congratulations. So both of you get a prize, though. You get to keep the hats.
Yeah!
Are you gonna wear them all the time?
Of course, yeah.
Thanks for playing My Great Challenge.
Thank you. Thank you.
Seeing all that water get moved around got my creative juices flowing. So I thought of something for you to do. Something tree-like. Uh-oh, do try this at home. Now it's time to adapt the way trees adapt. So say you're a tree and stand on your tippy toes like this. That's not too hard, is it? But what if you're in weak soil and there's a lot of wind? You have 5 seconds to figure out something you can do to prevent you from falling over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you think of something like this? Nice wide root system. Try it. You're way more stable this way. Trees can't walk or run away from trouble, so spreading out like this is exactly what they need to do. Clever trees. So we know of plants that avoid getting eaten and plants that spread their species far and wide by being eaten. But what about the eaters? Next question. This one's from Julia.
What does a fly trap look like?
The Flat Earth Corner! Do you know what a fly trap looks like? Well, if you're a 19th century adventurer exploring the darkest corners of the world like me, then you know it's a man-eating plant, scarier than anything you can imagine. Ugh. Ugh. They're so big, they can eat a human in 7 minutes. And I've never seen one myself, but I've heard enough about them to know that they're as real as a Sasquatch. And those who know say it looks like, cover your eyes if you're squeamish about terrifying sights, this. Deep in the jungle with the beetles and the bees, there stands the man-eating Yataveo tree. If you come across one, then you'd better heed my warning. Run away or you'll be eaten by tomorrow morning. Yataveo, Yataveo, Yataveo. Yataveo, Yataveo tree. Julia, explorers from a long time ago saw Venus flytraps, just like this one, in the wilds of North America, eating insects. They also saw plants in the South Pacific that could digest rats that fell into them. So they were probably a little nervous exploring the jungle. And when the people who lived there told them stories about man-eating plants, they believed them. This Venus flytrap really can eat living creatures, but only really small ones. It's adapted to eat insects because the soil it lives in doesn't have enough nutrients. It works like this. Let's say this pencil is a fly. Poor old Mr. Flytrap hasn't eaten in a while. He's very hungry. Feed me, feed me. When the fly here lands in the fly trap, it touches those long hairs, which tells the fly trap that there's something there. So what does he do? He closes his leaves so he can digest his dinner. If only I had a real fly. Hey, how about you? Yeah, you! Would you like to demonstrate how this fly trap works? Hey, come back! Don't you want to be on a TV show?
Does it help my plant to grow if I talk to it? Hey plant, are you feeling okay?
I wonder if I talk to this Venus flytrap if it will grow big. Hey there, Hookai.
Wait, are you sure you want to do this with the flesh-eating plant?
Yeah, maybe not. I'd rather not be eaten. Maybe I'll try something friendlier, like this orange tree.
That might be safer.
Then I can eat that instead of it eating me. Let's see. If I talk to you, I wonder if you'll grow. So it's like 22 centimeters right now. So let's see if I talk to it, though. Hey there, orange tree. How's it going? Yeah, I know. You're always doing good because you're my favorite orange tree. And if I talk to you long enough, I'm sure you'll grow, right? Grow, 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 grow. That should do it. Let's see here.
Well, let's see then. Did it grow?
It's the same,
Well, it's not that surprising, really. I mean, we didn't run the experiment for that long.
I guess.
To say For example, if you were to talk to your plant every single day, there are a lot of studies that suggest that that could possibly help your plant grow. The only thing is we don't know exactly why it would help. We do know that your breath has carbon dioxide in it, and we already know that that's necessary for photosynthesis, so it could help the plant do more photosynthesis, but it could just be something related to the vibration of the air molecules from your voice. It could be perhaps you have some nice smelling breath, or that you're just a good conversationalist.
Well, thanks for being on my show. It's good having a conversation with you.
Yeah, it was my pleasure.
Now, as for you, I wonder if I'm wasting my breath talking to you. Which brings me back to the question that got this show growing.
Do plants think?
The big answer is... no! Plants do react to things happening around them, but they don't have a brain. Plants can't decide to go inside when it's cold out.
Ah, it's so cold and snowy outside.
And they can't turn on a fan when it's hot either. And they can't run away from things that want to eat them either. Plants survive by evolving ways of coping, and they pass their genes onto their children. Plants that don't adapt die off. So even if I tell you you're the best Venus flytrap in the whole world, it might not make you grow or do anything else because you can't hear me and you don't have a brain. Too bad, because we could be really good friends. It's got my nose! Somebody help! Just kidding. Thanks for watching Finding Stuff Out.
Feed me.
Did anybody else hear that? Huh. Deep in the jungle with the beetles and the bees, there stands the man eating Yataveo tree. If you come across one, then you'd better heed my warning. Run away or you'll be eaten by tomorrow morning. Yataveo, Yataveo, Yataveo. Yataveo, Yataveo tree.